Hey, what up, gamers? Uh, it's been a little bit since I've dropped a genuine rambling video, but I think it's time. I think it's time. I have something that I need to ramble about. One Piece chapter 1133. God, this chapter. It's I just want to preface this by saying it's been a while since any piece of media has made me like break down and cry really hard. It's been a while since any piece of media has really made me like weep and sob. But oh, my glasses keep falling. Yeah, it's been a while since any piece of media has made me like weep and sob like a little baby boy. But chapter 1133 opens something up inside my body. One Piece, I've been following One Piece since like 2021, like started 2021. I've been going through One Piece for a good like 3 years now. I caught up about 2 years ago at this point to what was current at the time, which was around around end of Wano. It was before Gear 5. It was before a lot of that stuff. But now we're here. I've seen a full arc in my time of going through One Piece, Egghead Island arc at this point. And now we're in Elbaf. And they set something up in Egghead Island arc that I didn't think would have its ending point this early on, but it did happen, and I'm here to talk about it. So in Egghead Island arc, Vegapunk brings up the character of Saul, which is someone from Robin's past, someone that helped her get off of Ohara when it was being completely destroyed by the world government. This is someone that kind of put Robin on a good path, telling her that one day you will find friends that will care about you more in the world. And Robin didn't believe that for years, but eventually she found those friends. She joined the Straw Hats, and she has that group of friends now. And now we get to Elbaf. In Elbaf, in Elbaf, we see people bringing up Saul. And the first thing the crew does is like, we gotta go see Saul. And this is where we get to chapter 1133. The chapter before this, they say that Saul fell. And we don't really know what that means, but we can kind of interpret it. The first time, Robin and Saul meet, he's a big fallen guy, and he like jump scares Robin, and it doesn't scare Robin, it makes her laugh, and she's like a young 8-year-old child. And this starts a nice little relationship between Robin and Saul, where he's the big man with the goofy laugh that makes her laugh, and he gives her some good life lessons. He gives her some good things for her to move on with her life from. And one of the first things we see in this chapter is Saul has fallen, and he's face down on the beach. And the crew's taking a little journey to get to him, and when they do get to him, we see like where he's living, which is like a big tree. It's a big library built into a tree that sorry about that. It's like a big library built into a tree, which is the same thing that Ohara was set up to be. It's a big library detailing the history of the world, built into a tree. And we got a similar thing going on here in Elbaf. And Saul is bro is absolutely vibing in this spot. The big tree has its own pretty much like ocean near it. It's a big lake that acts as like the sea. And Robin and the crew get here. They get to this big sea. They get to this big tree. They get to all this whole like location in Elbaf. And Robin sees Saul lying on the coast, and everyone's like freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God, what happened to him? Is he okay?" And Robin's just like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." And she's got the biggest smile on her face. She walks up to Saul, and Saul tries to scare her, and she doesn't react like all those times ago. And it makes Saul laugh, and he's still got the goofy laugh. And Robin, the goofy laugh being, "Dara she." Dara she. Um, and Robin is just happy to see him, and they have a nice little talk. And man, I was already crying at this point when I saw Saul and Robin reunite. I was already tearing up. But they have a nice little conversation. They recollect. They go over the years. You know, Saul gets kind of angry because he's like, "How did the world demonize you for like 22 years?" And Robin's like, "Let's leave all the negativity away. Aren't you gonna praise me for being alive?" And Saul just breaks down crying. He hugs Robin, and he's like, he tells Robin how proud he is of her for surviving for 22 years, and that makes Robin cry. And they both say that they missed each other, and it fucking it broke me, man. I was in shambles. I was ugly crying. I was doing the kind of crying where you're like, "Oh fuck, dude, bro." Like I was doing that kind of shit. Like I was absolutely sobbing. It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. Um Such an amazing chapter. There's also some small things that I want to bring up about the chapter, and it's that I just think are really nice. Robin telling the crew that like she can, you guys don't have to come with me. I can go do this on my own. And Luffy being like, I need to meet him, Robin. I need to properly thank him for taking care of one of my crewmates. And Robin's like, "Where'd you hear that?" And Luffy's like, "It's just polite, Robin," which is like super sweet. Luffy cares, and that's super nice. And then at the end of the chapter, when Robin and Saul are crying together, everyone on the crew is crying except for Luffy, who has the biggest smile on his face, and Zoro, who's also sitting close to Luffy, and we don't get to see the Zoro's face, but we can guess it's kind of like a face of stoicism. He's not showing his emotions, but on the inside, we know Zoro's like, "This is a nice moment," because that's Zoro, man. Zoro doesn't really show his emotions a lot. He doesn't really, you know, he never really, unless it's like a goofy moment. He's not exactly as much of a smiley guy. He's more of like a stoic kind of hiding his emotions, staying serious, staying the big strong man kind of guy. But at the end of the day, he loves his crewmates. Even Sanji and Zoro love each other. They may not always like each other, but they definitely love each other, and we've seen that. Every crewmate loves each other on this crew. They've all been together for too long to not. And yeah, I don't know. I just needed to talk about it. It was a great chapter. It fucking made it made me cry. It made me cry. and I just wanted to talk about it because of how fucking beautiful it was.